Well, a couple of popular campsites near Ypres will be closed for the long weekend. That's because the snowy spring weather has delayed the final steps in construction on the Ypres Valley Road. People who normally flock to the area for random camping on this Victoria Day weekend will not be able to get through. Now, that closure, along with restrictions at other campgrounds designated for off-highway vehicles, means a bigger than expected crowd at McLean Creek.
And that could lead to bigger problems as well. As Mia Sosiak tells us, both police and off-roaders don't want that to happen.
This is what off-highway vehicle enthusiasts live for. Club members are excited for a weekend wheeling around McLean Creek Recreation Area. They just hope it doesn't turn into a repeat of last year.
When you see the type of thing that goes on and on over the long weekends, it's just very disheartening.
On May Long Weekend 2007, booze and drug-fueled violence and destruction broke out. Afterwards, bags and bags of garbage piled up. Occasional users partying it up after a long winter got the blame. Clubs worry hot weather could bring up to 5,000 people to the area this long weekend. That could spell more destruction at the worst possible time. This area is especially vulnerable right now. There are new shoots sprouting up all over the place, and it's still really wet and muddy here. So tire marks off the trail can do permanent damage.
The May Long Weekend land grab.
People are already staking out their spaces. Officials say they'll see more RCMP and sheriffs in the area than ever before, starting with a check stop at the park entrance.
We're intending to check as many as possible, if not all, vehicles going into that area. In that case, we're trying to cut it off at the source. In other words, we're also having patrols throughout the weekend, all in those areas.
Sustainable Resource Development officers will also patrol throughout the foothills. A lot is riding on this weekend. The provincial government says use McLean Creek responsibly or lose it.
If we find that we can't control people, ultimately the rules become tougher. We applaud many of the organized groups because they've been very helpful and very supportive.
We're keeping people out of the river, at least in this one spot for now.
Since last summer, off-road clubs have spent many hours trying to protect sensitive areas. Hopefully, come Tuesday, this fence they built will still be standing. Near Pritis, Mia Sosiak, Global News.
Now, some off-road clubs actually want the province to close down McLean Creek on the May Long Weekend or make it a no-alcohol weekend altogether. They're also pushing user fees to discourage bad apples from coming out.
Hey, good news for next year. If you like to book at Alberta campgrounds, they will be online booking available. I guess the province finally getting together saying we should get this available. Everybody else in the country, I think, has been doing it for a while. So no more frustration on the phone.
Yeah.
Now the frustration will be waiting by your online, pushing the buttons to try and get in through a computer. But that's coming next year. Online booking for Alberta campsites. I think we're all looking forward to that.
You might actually get a campsite by 2010, right?
There you go. Let's hope, eh?